most likely.
One way or another.
Some of us will make it.
So, let me give a little bit of background information on the Imperial Pegasi Guard before we get into it. The Imperial Pegasi Guard, also the other thing I should say is I couldn't figure out the usual roll window for some reason. It was refusing to work with me. So I had to... I think it's the other side, but yeah. I had to... There it is. I had to put a picture of the Imperial Pegasi Guard up instead to fill that box, because it was trying to capture zoom, and I spent about 20 minutes trying to fix it, and it refused to fix, so here we are. So yeah, the Imperial Pegasi Guard are a penal world, a world that is basically a giant prison, where people get sent, have families, people get born there, and then they just stay there. It's not a very nice place. They were accidentally raised as a regiment who was supposed to be from an Imperial world a few kind of jumps over, but there was an admin error, and the world of New Osland was raised instead into the Imperial Pegasi Guard. They're not all criminals, but they have criminals in their blood, basically. Thieves, scroungers, all that type of thing. And those of you who saw the War Room will know that their commander, Commander Dundee, didn't do very well in acquiring gear for his regiment, which means that they got their uniforms, they got their guns, and a few other, gear and equipment, and subsequently sold them all. So, currently they have one gun per 2 people. And we're going to represent this very quickly right at the start. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a few little rolls here for you guys. Let's start with...
I had a feeling this was coming. You were going to make us roll to see which equipment we keep.
Let's start with just Mick.
Okay.
Roll me a fellowship for your gun. Nope. Put an X by your gun. Also... did I not fix that? I thought I fixed that. Sorry guys, 1 second. I think your names are wrong. Callen is supposed to be Bacura, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so let's see if we can fix this very quickly. It's wrong. It's very wrong. There we go. Done. Callen, you can roll for your gun with your fellowship, and Franklyn, you can roll for your gun with your fellowship as well. If you fail, just put an X next to it. You don't have it. No one has guns. Well, nope. That's a good start.
This is fucking perfect. This is exactly how we wanted this to go.
Grenades. Everyone roll me a fellowship.
My fellowship.
Franklyn.
Nope.
No grenades.
This is fine.
Callen. No grenades. Mick. No grenades. Okay. You will all, therefore, have 2 charge packs.
Yay.
This is your ammunition for your guns you don't have. Congratulations.
We can trade those charge packs for guns.
Do you
Or we just wait until the fucker in front of us dies, and we get a free gun. No, that's free real estate.
So, everyone roll me another fellowship.
Ugh.
If you fail, put an X next to your uniform.
Haha! I
Franklyn,
have a shoe.
You have your uniform. You have socks, dude. Mick,
shit.
you have
I
a
have
uniform.
one, and it's clean.
Callen, you do not have a uniform. You may have to steal one from somewhere. So, we'll get into
Why
that.
was I gonna be armor? What the fuck do I care about uniform?
It's true.
Hmm.
Let's see what else you should probably roll for.
It's not like we got any other fuckers down there that on that where it might sneak on fucking board of fucking orcs.
It's true. Okay, yeah. Everyone roll me another fellowship
Yeah, shit.
with a +10.
Oh,
Oh. I think I'll just take that roll.
Nope.
Sure. Mick, you do not have your mess kit or canteen. Put an X
Who
next to
needs
it.
it?
Yeah. Everyone roll a +10 fellowship again, please.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
None of you have sleeping bags.
Okay, so. Okay, that's all right.
That's
I was
cute. We
worried
don't
you
need
were gonna be
anyway.
like, you left your bag somewhere with all of your stuff in it.
No. You also... You know what? I'm taking away your sandbags for the crit fail. You don't have any empty sandbags.
Ooh.
I thought so. I was like, he's gonna make me forget something else because it was a crit fail.
You left your
Yeah.
sandbags in your sleep kit, and it got stolen.
Yeah, I was using them as a blanket. It's cold.
It wasn't me.
Is there anything? Of course, you'll have your instructional handbook because you can't give them away.
Yeah. I mean, they make for good toilet paper in a pinch.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me one more fellowship. Just
See if we've got our instructional handbooks.
I wouldn't take away your toilet paper. If you failed, X out your entrenching tool.
Oh, come on, I was gonna hit someone with that.
Yeah, I know you were.
See, that's the one thing that would have been actually useful.
Grenades, no uniform. I have that.
So you have some things. You also, I mean, I think none of you have grenades or a gun, so there is that.
We do, however, each have 2 knives. That's one in each hand. We are fucking set.
You don't, however, have the ambidextrous talent or.
Look, we're the Imperial
dual-
Pegasi Guard, alright? You need to stop telling us what we do or don't have.
Okay. There's a lot you don't have. You have 2 knives. You can't use them very well.
You don't know that. You haven't
Yeah.
seen me fight yet.
I can tell you that if you try and attack with 2 melee weapons, you'll get a -30.
We are basically a successive chapter to the Catachan Regiment. It's fine.
No, because
Question.
no,
The Catachan, they look up to us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking well,
Is that because most of the time you don't even land on the planet?
Yeah. They're watching, they're like, what is going on up there? Every
Who are
time.
these dicks who are just like flying above us? Okay, so let's
Is that
bring
one
you.
having his ass out the back?
That's no moon. Wait.
So let's bring us in to the Imperial Pegasi Guard on their regimental ship, the Rough. This ship is dingy. Even from the outside, it just gives off this feeling of like it kind of needs a clean. Inside, there's crap everywhere. Like, all of these different parts of the ship have at some point been taken apart and then welded back together. It's like a very, very forgetful Mechanicus lives on this ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, we have a Mechanicus?
No,
They're expensive.
you don't have a Mechanicus, no.
Damn it.
I mean, you could roll Fellowship for a Mechanicus, but it would be -40.
They're just like packed with copper wire.
Yeah.
That shit goes for a small fortune.
Yeah.
I think probably a decent portion of the guns on this ship have been dismantled slowly. Probably a lot of the ammunition as well has been like torn apart and sold for parts. You know, there's some expensive shit in a gun shell.
It was.
And you are all, I think the best way to describe it is lounging. There are no sections of the ship. Like in all of our other games so far, they've been like sitting in their bunks or going, you know, sitting in the mess hall and having a conversation. There's no mess hall. There are no bunks. It is literally, you find a room, you claim a room. If some bastard tries to take the room, you shank them.
We had a chair once, but someone hit someone with it. Now we have sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then those sticks changed the balance of power, and people started hitting everyone with sticks.
There was so many sticks, it was madness.
Mm-hmm.
I still got words from that one.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
So, I think we come in to, I'm gonna say, for the sake of not having to get you guys together, you are part of a crew. In this regiment, you do not have squads or companies. There are technically sergeants, but anyone who gets promoted above a sergeant gets a kicking for being a brown noser. So, they don't have much authority. And your crews tend to hang together and to trade and stockpile wealth and resources. So let's start off with a joint fellowship roll from all of you.
Right.
Actually, no. Joint survival roll. I think that's more appropriate here.
Survival roll. Just so everyone roll survival. No modifier?
No modifier.
Wow.
Oh, 4.1.
Yeah, you got a 4.
So
I'm carrying you guys.
Here's the important question now. Franklyn and Callen, you have both managed to accrue enough of a haul. You've picked apart some decent places. Mick, you hit the jackpot somewhere. I think maybe you started the business of selling the cut glass as diamonds to farmers. Do you share it with your gang?
Yes, but I make them work for it.
Okay.
It's like a little. They're my capo. There's little gangs, little mafia in that back room. The door that was welded shut, but then they've pried the panel off on the side so you can go around it.
They just cut a new door in the side where it's. Yeah.
We could have opened the door, but it was welded shut, so we just cut the wall.
Yeah.
We got the wrong wall the first time, and we lost a few people, but we welded that back up.
That's fine.
And yeah. Basically, they act as muscle, keeping people out of the back room.
Okay. So yeah, you both Franklyn and Callen, you, for the moment, until your luck turns and you manage to grab yourself some good loot, Mick is calling the shots because he has the money to, or the trade to get good shit.
Yeah, I imagine that basically the person who has the most wealth or pull is currently the one in charge of the crew.
Yeah.
And until I lose it, and then it's whoever is the next wealthiest is in charge.
Yeah. Well,
there's
we both got the same with the roll, so find out.
Yeah. There's probably a few more guys in your crew. Again, if we need to, we'll get to them. We'll just have to see how long you guys survive, to be honest. And yeah, you're milling around in this kind of... going by that survival roll, I'm going to say it's a pretty good position. Defendable. It's kind of down a...
Yeah, the door's bolted shut.
Yeah. Well, there is a hole next to that.
Yeah, but the door's welded shut.
The door
They
is
can't get
welded
in.
shut.
The door's welded shut.
You're too true.
You think we haven't trapped that fucking hole?
If you would like to trap the hole, you'll have to roll me a survival.
Oh, good.
Yep.
I trapped that fucking hole.
There you go.
It's kind of the equivalent of like a paint can over a door, except for it's got like this really nasty self-made barbed wire that like just gets you all tangled up and everything. Makes a lot of noise, a lot of jingling. You caught a few people with it before, gave them a kicking, sent them on their way.
Yeah, one lost an eyeball. His fault.
So, you are aware, because some of the higher ranking officers have... Well, the higher ranking officers don't come down here. Not without some severe backup. But they have let it be known across the ship, and rumours do tend to spread in places like this, that you're going to be going into battle soon. And you should probably start thinking about gearing up and getting ready to go to war.
Alright, so you're saying we need to pull off a heist quick.
A weaponry heist, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could, like, advertise for the people with guns with free las carbine servicing.
Could work.
I mean,
The boss.
it could
Perhaps
work.
it'd be
Be
more
like, hey,
convincing if we tried to convince them that we were willing to trade our chargebacks.
I get the feeling that this scene is you three in a small little circle with like a tin can soup fire going in this kind of like welded off section of the ship which you've cut a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a guy playing guitar for some reason.
Yeah, there's like no lights down here or anything either, and except for the fire, obviously. And you're just in a small like conspiratorial circle, like trying to come up with ideas of how to get some gear. You're muted, dog.
am I still?
You're
There you
good.
go.
You're good.
Fine.
It wasn't muted. The thing was moving up and down and everything.
Oh.
It was weird. We could always try and mug someone with a hat, and then act official and be like, "Las carbine inspection."
I mean, we could probably impersonate an officer, yeah, but
Yeah, do you know how many officers I've been parking the shit out of? Come on, that's not gonna happen down here.
yeah, that just qualifies you for a beating around here. It's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Oh.
Oh, you're muted again. I don't know why. If you try mute, unmute.
I.
Yeah, you're back again.
Yep. That's really. Hang on.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hopefully that stops it.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any ideas on how to arm us, or are we going out there with our dicks in our hands?
Well, we could try, right? We could try to find like a small gang, like patrolling or whatever, and just like knock one of their guys out. Maybe use them as bait. Just like whack a couple of them. Nothing serious. Just take their guns.
I mean, once we've got the guns, we can just fuck off.
Yeah, that's all we need.
It happened again.
What's that, boss?
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like detecting my voice. The thing moves, but nothing goes through.
Have you checked your like microphone settings in the drop down in Zoom? Just might have it. It might be switching or I don't know, something like that. I don't think it would be noise gate because it wouldn't detect him to begin with, and then just randomly like cut out.
Yeah.
I mean, everything
Noise.
looks like it should be right.
Yeah. I think one of the other lads in your gang, he's kind of like sitting off to the side. He's not known for his smarts. He's a big kind of bruiser type guy. Says, "Oh, boss, what if we get some guns and then we can hold people at gunpoint to get guns?"
Yeah, but to do that, we'd need the guns. That's the whole point of this, right?
Yeah, which is why we get guns, so we can steal guns off people.
He's
That's what we're
not
trying
wrong.
to.
Basically simple. I don't understand you, Franklyn. You always make things too difficult. It's pretty simple.
It's because you don't see half the point, Bobby. Just
How is your head, Bobby? That you took quite a bit of knocking at last fight.
It's fine. It's fine. I just stuck this metal bit here, and like, it's good now. And there's like a little trickle of blood like running down the side of his temple.
I get you're not going to go with that swing. I'll tell you that much.
The other guy took more of a hit than I did. I hit
Oh,
his.
no.
I hit his fist with
Bobby,
my face.
there was 4 of them, mate. There was 4 guys.
I thought I was
yeah.
seeing double again, boss.
No, that's double would be 2, mate. That's 4.
No.
That's 2.
Wait. Gets out a little pad and a like stub of a pencil. Starts writing.
Boy, this
stuff
cunt's
down.
got a pencil. Fucking jump him.
Oi!
Yeah.
There's more pencil. No one gets more pencil. I need it for complicated figures. Anyway. And he just goes down and starts writing like complicated equations and things like that. They're just
It's
quick.
probably like
One
the
plus
formula for a new warp engine, and he just doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
He's just like writing down this arcane shit,
And he
trying to
goes,
work out if he's seeing double or not.
4. There was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Bobby.
Yeah. So how are we gonna get guns, boss?
Wait, way I see it, Bobby. Is you walk up to someone with a gun. You make like a great distraction, right?
No, Franklyn, we don't have guns. I can't walk up to someone with a gun.
No, but just the
He's
explaining
right,
your map.
Franklin. How's he supposed to walk up to someone with a gun if he hasn't got a gun?
You'd have to give me a gun, and then I can walk up to them with a gun, and I can point, and I
don't
can
know.
point it at them.
He's a brilliant fella. He could improvise on the spot, right?
I am a well-known strategist.
See, it's gonna be fine. We just send him in, and then when the other person is distracted, we'll just clobber him on the head. It's fine.
Do we have any sticks left over?
No, we ate them all.
Really?
Yep.
Because I could point a stick in their back and say I've got a gun. But I'd have to approach them from the surprise of behind.
That's why we're sending you in front, so that we can come in from behind and then just like hold our fingers against his back and be like, we got a gun. Just hands up if you don't want to die. It's gonna be fine. Just keep him busy.
I think it's a brilliant plan.
Great. If we've got your blessing, then let's go.
Okay.
Right, lads, off you go. I'll stay here and guard the stash.
Alright, boss.
Yeah.
Wait, who's gonna do the thinking then?
You are, Bobby. You are. You've got your pad. You got your pencil.
I do. I could come up
Good.
with a plan.
You can do the thinking, Bobby.
And he like starts kind of you hear like cracking as the lead in his pencil is being put through an enormous test, and it's like he goes, I've got a plan, and he like turns around his notebook and you see PLN.
Brilliant. Yep. Foolproof.
We're halfway there. Now we
Exactly.
just have to execute it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Both of you boys follow me. I will distract them from behind.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's go.
This can go right in there. I'm gonna try and be sneaking my ass behind him.
It's not hard to sneak behind Bobby. He is a large man who sometimes has to butter himself up to get through corridors.
Oh, that was before I ate the butter.
You ate the butter?
I got hungry.
Callen, you don't eat butter, you use it to lubricate. Lonely nights on the ship.
You carve a hole in it.
I should have resisted that joke, but I couldn't.
You know, butter's made from milk. Let's add more to it.
So, you guys head down. Oh God. Okay. Who is actually leading this? Because I think we all know that if you follow Bobby and you let him choose where you go, things are going to go very badly.
I think Franklyn would like take the lead.
So, roll me a survival, please, to navigate your way across this ship.
This is literally the first time we've had life-threatening situations before leaving the ship.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yep.
die before we leave the ship.
You go down the wrong passageway.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself in an area that it's a bit dodgier than you'd like. There are parts of the ship on fire. Just random bits of fire sitting in places. You don't know why.
This is fine. We're following Bobby's plan.
There's scuttling. Just in the darkness, in the flickering flames.
Ah, next meal. Alright. Shoot.
Well, if you can catch it, Callen, you owe me for my butter, so I get half.
I need your bar. Eat him.
Well, you have to catch it. I'll just take half as payment. I've got to say, Franklyn, I don't think there's anyone here with guns, except for maybe some of the bigger animals.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think we should maybe look for a slightly more prominent member of the regiment who might have kept his gun.
How about I have a look then?
Sure, Callen.
Sure.
Survival roll?
Fucking butter thief. That's your new name, Callen Butter Thief. Roll a survival.
Well, shite.
It's not as bad. So you do find your way to more of like a bigger kind of cargo hold section of the ship, which has been requisitioned by a couple of gangs who are working together in like a flimsy alliance to trade what they have.
Filthy communism.
Well, I mean, it's not like everyone gets a certain amount of something. It's literally the more you have, the more you can trade for, and the better off you are. So
It's still filthy communism to us.
no,
It's
You're-
the kind of communism where you have to pay for everything that you get.
yeah. Franklyn, what's
The worst kind.
what's the plan?
You just walk up to him and like keep him talking, keep him busy, and then we'll just come up behind and like pretend we have a gun and then threaten him. Then take his gun and then threaten him with his gun.
Should I just pick someone who's like by themselves?
Yeah. Initially.
Okay.
Then once we have a gun, we can actually like start like pulling in more people, getting more guns.
But we should do it incognito, yeah?
Quite
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
So-
go, Bobby.
So someone who's like no one will notice. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you gonna let him pick his who you go and?
No, we'll just like subtly nudge him in a direction and be like, "There you go, Bobby," and like
one.
make him think he came up with it.
Okay. Roll me a scrutiny. Both of you, I guess, because
Great.
you're both looking. I mean, it could have been an awareness, and I'm pretty sure you don't have. Franklyn,
Okay.
I think you're going through all of the horrific tortures you would put Mick through if you had the chance, and you're not actually. You're like, why did I get this job? Why am I in charge of Bobby? I have to find guns. How am I going to find guns?
For those at home, I got -8 degrees of
Oh,
success.
yeah,
Not a
sorry.
crit fail, but it's pretty close.
I just got -1.5, so I'm wow.
Yeah, so Callen, you see a couple of guys in the corner, like smoking a low stick, like passing it between each other. They look fairly well off. They do also both have las guns or las carbines, like slung around their shoulders.
Hey, Bobby, I see a couple there.
Should I go incognito them?
Yeah. Franklin, I'll hide. And,
You'll hit them from behind,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I distract them with a
Exactly.
gun.
Yes.
Okay. Goosh, 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 goosh. Hand over your guns, I've got a gun. And they're like, what are you talking about, mate? He's got, I've got a gun. Don't worry, it's all part of the plan.
I'm gonna this one and crack or attempt to.
Yep.
Yep. Both of you roll me a weapon skill with plus 20, because technically speaking, this is a charge.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, roll me a, let's say a D10. Just a straight up D10.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an 8.
Okay, I think I was looking for a crit fail. If there's a crit fail, then there would have been problems. With Bobby there, I think Franklyn like takes the butt of his knife and just like smashes the guy in the head, and then Callen like comes in and like tries to do the same thing, but just punches the dude in the face, and it kind of turns into more of like a slap. But Bobby just lifts his hand up and he's like, poof, and just like hammers him into the ground.
So, how unconscious?
Quick, take their shoes.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's somewhere quickly we can shoot these guys.
Oh, sure. That would be an awareness. Yeah, that'd be an awareness.
Awareness. Damn it.
You don't see anywhere better than where you are.
And I'm gonna try and pull more in the corner, and I will float.
Franklyn, get their socks.
You got it, Bobby.
Okay.
Uniform and everything if I can.
Bobby's the best lieutenant.
See if they have any butter as well. I've run out. Roll me a scrutiny, you two.
All right.
Yep. And I failed that one as well.
Yep. This is fine.
They don't have butter.
Aw.
They don't have socks. They do have boots.
Ooh.
Um,
Boots are good.
They also have 2 las carbines with 2 charge packs each. So clearly these guys have
These guys are loaded. They have guns and ammo.
yeah, they have gun. They clearly
And boots.
got the
Yeah.
either that or they didn't sell their gear like a lot of you guys did at the start when you got your gear.
But why wouldn't they though?
That doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
Anyway, I'm yoinking that last carbine and the charge packs.
Yeah.
And the boots.
I am as well. And if I get timed uniform. Can I have a uniform? Because fuck it.
You don't have a uniform. You're probably like in like a burlap sack or something along those lines. Like it was one dark night when you were coming back from a successful rat hunt, and you had a couple of prime specimens for the pot, and you got gonked on the top of your head, and you woke up with nothing except for
Yeah. That's why I'm voting this guy.
except for your underwear, because there are some places even dirty rotten thieves won't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go before people notice that we're stealing shit from other people. He shouts that
He
really
says
loud.
very loudly.
He shouts it very loudly.
Good idea, Bobby. Let's go.
Okay.
Go.
Roll me a survival to find your way back.
This is where we die.
Because technically speaking, you don't know how you got here. But apparently
The rest
you
of the
both...
session is spent wandering the ship.
Oh, they both succeeded.
Welded doors are welded door, damn it.
You find your way back to the welded door, but it also has a hole in the wall next to the door, which...
And I will, knowing where the hell I put my trap. Disarm the trap.
Yes.
Get your asses through.
Okay.
Right.
We found guns, boss.
I knew I could count on you, Bobby.
I did it all.
I can shirt off, put it down, and start putting on uniform.
Yeah. We found a uniform for Callen, so now he doesn't have to wave that thing at us.
Well, they do call it a third leg for a reason.
Why did I agree to this? We're not supposed to be glad that we have uniforms.
I don't think you agreed, boss. I think we're all encrypted.
Bobby, we were raised up. That's the special one.
We were decrypted.
Oh.
What now?
Well, now
We have no
we
robot.
we settle in and get ready because, well, we've got guns.
Yeah. We got 2 guns, and there's 6 of us.
No, Bobby, you're seeing double again, mate.
There's 3 of us? Ooh. I did that by myself without my pads. I must be getting smarter.
It's all that blood leaking out of your head. It was.
It's let the
squeezing
air
like a
in.
melon.
It's cool. My brain.
Yeah.
My brain always feels hot when I do maths, boss.
That's normal, Bobby.
Good.
It's just like the ship when we start moving and everything gets hot.
It catches on
And people
fire.
cook. Yeah, that's just like your brain, Bobby. Your brain is like a spaceship.
Always suspected. So what now, boss?
Now,
Right, well-
now we need to make sure that nobody steals our guns.
We could seal ourselves in the room. If nobody can get in, nobody can get out. Genius.
I mean, yes, we could, but Callen already set up a good trap, so I think we're fine. And we have guns now. If anyone comes for us, we can just like drive them off or shoot them. And
we
take
don't
their
have a
stuff.
car though.
We'd never fit a car in the door. It's welded
No.
shut.
We could shoot them off,
Shoot them off what?
The ship?
Look, if they're going to come at us with a car, they'll probably have things like a second uniform and things. So, you know, they're going to be loaded. We wouldn't stand a chance to begin with.
Uniforms for everyone now. We don't need an extra uniform. That'd be weird.
No, I'm just saying, Bobby. If they have things like a second uniform, imagine what sort of stuff they'll be rolling up against us with. If they have a car, that's.
We don't have to worry about the car because the door's welded shut.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
You're clearly not thinking straight, Franklyn.
This is why I am the boss of this operation.
And it's why I'm the lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
The lieutenant. Thank you, boss.
Ludi. Bobby. You're the Bobby.
I'm the Bobby. Such a ridiculous character.
Yeah.
That's curious.
It was you did it.
I didn't call him Bobby.
You know you're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
He's coming down with us and he's gonna die just as horribly as the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
So which one of us is going to be Bobby? That's what die is Bobby.
Yeah, if one of you guys die, you could totally be Bobby once you're dead.
I mean, I've got a 24-inch character. I think he's perfect.
Oh, I thought you said 24-inch. I was like, that's a very small man.
Oh no, that's just his man bits.
Oh. Why is everyone in this regiment a tripod? You don't
make up for it somehow.
You don't need to stand guard. You kickstand guard.
Yeah.
So let's say probably a day or so goes past. You guys holding up in your little ramshackle fort. You pulled off the heist reasonably well. How do you go for the distribution of weapons?
I stole the gun, I keep the gun.
It's kind of how things go
no.
around here.
They are more than welcome to keep the guns. In fact, because I am such a kind and generous overseer, I am going to give them each one of my charge packs because I look after my boys.
Oh, so you both have 3 total charge packs?
No, they had the guys who rolled had like 2 charge packs on them, right?
Yeah. And you get one each from.
Oh
Mick.
right, we didn't start with anything.
No, we had the 2 charge packs.
Oh yes, you do.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry, you do start with 2 charge. So you will have 6, 5,
5.
Look, I don't have
I'm
Bobby's.
just gonna be semi-autoing this thing all the way through, just like.
I don't have Bobby's notebook. I can't do maths.
Fair. This is fair.
After, and I really hope this comes through because we've had some issues with the sound and everything. After a couple of days, before we do this, roll me a survival. Unless you'd like to trade some of your stash for food.
No, I've got guns now. I should be able to hunt any food.
I was gonna say add a +10, but that'd still be
Damn.
0.6 degrees of failure. So
+10, you say? I'll gladly take that.
yeah, well, just for the guns because it's a bit easier to hunt.
Exactly 1 degree of success.
Okay, with the slight failure and a degree of success for a charge pack each, you can get some food for the next couple of days.
Okay.
That's fine. We can just chuck it in a fire and it'll recharge again. It probably won't be very useful afterwards.
Yeah, they kind of get a bit fucked, but at the same time, it's a charge pack.
still use
That's
it
more than
once.
most people. Yeah, it still works technically.
Totally.
Just don't show a tech priest, he'll literally cry oil.
Yeah. So
Oh, you haven't made one cry over yet? Slacking.
Yeah.
here we go. And then after a couple of days, with some food, and you know what? put a 0.5 on your combat rations. So you have 1.5 weeks worth of combat rations instead of 1 week.
Hell yeah. We're practically kings now.
They caught some big rats.
I'm guessing that Rick is thinking back to the first squad where they had like 6 weeks of combat rations and like power weapons and chainsaws.
The
and
regiment
stuff.
was stocked for like a year. We were all running around in like carapace and stuff.
Yeah.
We were scrounging for a uniform.
Yeah, but you got a uniform. This is the thing. So it
and
could have
guns.
been worse.
And boots and socks. No socks. We got boots though.
Yeah, I can trade the boots for like something. I don't know.
Socks.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we can eat the boots.
Yeah. So, and I'm just gonna see if I can turn this up a little bit because I do want you guys to hear this bit. Just to make sure. So. Oh. There we go. So, you hear over the kind of loudspeakers, some of them have been disconnected, but enough of them are still active that it's heard all over the ship. A voice comes over the Vox broadcaster. It says, "Alright, you dickheads. The commander wants to speak to you. Now, I don't want no fucking about, alright? Everyone be quiet and cheer when he finishes. He's coming in a second." And you hear this kind of like clanking and shuffling and, you know, bloody rug. Never saw it there. And then
Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? It is? They can hear me right now. They can hear me talking right. Right. Hello, chaps. Yes, it's me. Hi. How are we all doing? Morale was doing well and the landing wasn't too rough. Yes, I wish I was there with you. It sounds quite exciting, although I can't, obviously. Right, now, there's a quick briefing that some of you may know, or probably all of you know, because you're all bright sparks, really, aren't you? Yes. You are to descend upon Hive Legit and make sure we secure that food, alright? Yes, and then we're going to set up some sort of network, supply network for the rest of the other teams on the planet. Yes, and I mean, you guys can definitely do it. I believe in you. You're jolly good chaps. And you have plenty of resources. I made sure I secured all the possible resources you could ever need. There will probably be an abundance, some left over, of course. I'll need someone to do an itinerary before and after. Yes. Now, you will be meeting some of those green buggers, right? Okay? Come on, go on. They shouldn't be here. They shouldn't. Oh, is that tea? Yes, I'll take some tea. Yes. Oh, it's all bourbons. Yes. No, just put it there. No, it's fine. No, I'm just talking to the boys. Yes. Well, they love me like a father, really. Yes. Well, I do look after them. Yes. Oh, is this right, chaps? Yes. Make sure you do what you need to do, and for the Emperor. 2 sugars, please.
and there's a minute pause, and then "Alright, you bastards, everyone cheer for the commander." And there's like a kind of like you hear it kind of drifting through the hallways, like
So I'm going to go ahead and say that I didn't hear any of that until like the last 2 seconds. I'm just going to go ahead and say that was because Mick was trying to pry the speaker out of the wall because he didn't know it was there. Yeah. So he was distracted.
So that's possibly if you've like turned the music down, it was playing in Roll20. So
yeah, I had the wrong audio device playing, so it was playing through my other headset, not this one, and I only realized it at the last second. But I'll just play it off as he was distracted trying to steal the speaker.
Well, for the sake of you players, if you want to turn your it's the cog in your settings And I'm happy to play it again. Just, you know, we'll pretend that bit didn't happen because it's worth hearing. It
is, yes.
It really is quite great. So, and I'm also going to turn it up a little bit just in case people in the chat, in the video and everything couldn't hear it. So if you couldn't hear that, guys, hopefully you'll hear it this time. So is everyone good? You've turned up your music in Roll20? Okay.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? It is? They can hear me right now. They can hear me talking right? Oh, right. Hello, chaps. Yes, it's me. Hi. How are we all doing? Morale was doing well and the landing wasn't too rough. Yes, I wish I was there with you. It sounds quite exciting, although I can't, obviously. Right, now, there's a quick briefing, as some of you may know, or probably all of you know, because you're all bright sparks, really, aren't you? Yes.
Sorry, we'll try.
I heard hello, and then it went quiet, and I was like, wait,
I think
is this an intentional pause?
No, it was playing the whole time. Wait,
Oh.
okay.
It was stuck in like 1 second in the jukebox for me in Roll20.
Okay, let me try it again.
Hello?
Just good.
Is this thing on? Hello? It is? They can hear me right now.
Did it stop again?
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Oof. Okay, this is strange. Let us try.
And yet it's quite in character for the commander.
Yeah.
Funny that, isn't it?
This is weird. Because it's playing on the stream.
Yeah.
In the jukebox for me, it says now playing nothing.
Yeah.
So
whenever you play it in the jukebox, it's like 1 second, and then it just freezes for me.
Okay. Try this. No. Stop it. This one.
Hello?
there we go. Maybe.
Hello? It is?
Is it still going?
Right now.
No.
They can hear me
I'm not getting it, but I heard it the first time.
Hello, chaps. Yes, it's...
I really want this to play just purely because let's see if I can like take it out and bring it back in quickly.
Hmm.
There we go.
Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? It is? They can hear me right now.
Everyone got it?
They can hear me talking right? Oh, right. Hello, chaps. Yes, it's me. Hi. How are we all doing? Morale was doing well and the landing wasn't too rough. Yes, I wish I was there with you. It sounds quite exciting, although I can't, obviously. Right, now, there's a quick briefing, as some of you may know, or probably all of you know, because you're all bright sparks, really, aren't you? Yes. You are to descend upon Hive Latet and make sure we secure that food, alright? Yes, and then we're going to set up some sort of network, supply network for the rest of the other teams on the planet. Yes, and I mean, you guys can definitely do it. I believe in you. You're jolly good chaps. And you have plenty of resources. I made sure I secured all the possible resources you could ever need. There will probably be an abundance, some left over, of course. I'll need someone to do an itinerary before and after. Yes. Now, you will be meeting some of those green buggers, right? Okay? I want them gone. They shouldn't be here. They shouldn't. Oh, is that tea? Yes, I'll take some tea. Yes. Oh, those bourbons. Oh, yes. Yeah, no, just put it there. No, it's fine. No, I'm just talking to the boys. Yes. Well, they love me like a father, really. Yes. Well, I do look after them. Yes. Oh, is this right, chaps? Yes. Make sure you do what you need to do, and for the Emperor. 2 sugars, please.
And I would just like to thank Peachy Pixel 8 for recording that for me.
Yep. Good.
He also does the music for us, and yeah, it's it's a very, very, very great. And when I heard it and I was listening to him talking about how much resources you'd have, I was like, oh god, that's
Yeah. That gets way funnier if you know how the war room went.
yeah. So
Guys,
turn this down a little bit.
guys.
And we'll put a little bit of background music on for everyone. So, unlike the invasions, this is a much calmer gathering of troops. It takes a few days. You're told by your... Well, you don't know who he is exactly. You maybe have seen him around. He is the only commissar in your regiment. And
Oh, he's gonna have an accident.
Well, see, this is the thing, is he's almost had about 50 accidents, and he's still here.
Wow.
Have we collectively decided that he's unkillable?
His name is Commissar Friendly.
Is this like
Does friendly fire?
massive German nurse? Is nurse friendly? Pins you down.
He has been known to run down 3 or 4 troopers, pick them up bodily, and, like, stomping down the hallway, like, take them in for punishment or questioning or just, who knows, a smack bottom maybe.
Yeah, I got away. Just.
Roll me a dodge.
Okay. So yeah.
Fuck it, it's funny.
Oh.
Oof.
Failure.
You know what? It is a failure, but it's only a slight failure. So I think probably you received like maybe an elbow or a fist at some point as you were like trying to get away in the scramble. And probably Bobby got nabbed instead of you.
Yeah.
They confiscated his butter ration. Poor
Oh, no.
bastard. Yeah.
See, I told you I didn't eat his bar ration.
Not that.
But yeah, he was the one telling you to cheer, and to clap and everything. He is aware of what is going on for the most part, but the Imperium is in need of troops, and you've already been raised, so he's basically of the opinion that he can probably kill anyone who doesn't fight. He's basically the only source of discipline in the regiment. But
I mean, to be fair, he does need us because we are experts in setting up logistic networks.
you are.
Logistic network.
And also, it's got to the point where after 50 attempts by various gang members and regimental soldiers, whatever you call yourselves, he's turned out to be very hard to kill, unlike a lot of the other commissars who've been sent to see to discipline in the regiment. And there's something more terrifying about a matronly commissar spanking you in front of all the rest of the other men, as opposed to like just a straight up execution, which would be fine. That, you know, like it's cool to just get yourself executed for nicking supplies. It's hard to run a gang with any kind of respect when you've just had your arse paddled by a large man in a tight uniform.
Yeah.
So it's actually turned out to be a pretty good deterrent.
One day he'll get his comeuppance.
We can only hope that he'll be on the planet with us.
Oh, he will be.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
I tried once, I ain't trying again. No, not that bastard. That's one bastard I ain't gonna kill.
He caught me once.
Almost.
You see, the thing here is, Callen, that trying implies that we can fail. Now, admittedly, 50 people made attempts before us and they failed. But
50 groups.
50. Okay, yeah, 50 groups. But still, we're gonna get him at some point.
I think what Franklyn's trying to say is, if you fail 50 times, number 49 is going to be the charm.
I think you're counting double again, Bobby.
No. I did the maths. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's
If
all
you did the maths, then-
down here.
He didn't even need his notepad this time.
No, I did. I worked it out on the notepad.
Oh.
That's got to be.
I was
And-
going to compliment you, Bobby, but you did good.
He shows you the notepad and it says 50 minus 49 equals 1.
That's the one.
That's
The
the
one
one.
that
The
see,
one?
he's got it figured out.
See? Yeah.
So what are we doing? Are we going to this war?
I think we have to.
We're gonna get spanked if we don't.
I don't want to be spanked again, boss.
I know, Bobby. I know. It was horrible last time. You were crying everywhere.
Yeah.
No one blames you. You're still a man, Bobby.
Thank you.
The manliest of man, Bobby.
What'd you call
Yeah.
me?
The manliest man. We all look up to you.
Well, that's because
And
you're a
That's
lot
'cause
shorter than me.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
tall.
also that, and your brain. It's very good.
Ow!
Starts bleeding again.
Uh,
Also, boss, did you hear about where we're going?
Some green planet.
We're going to be dropping on a food hive. Just imagine how much like uniforms and like weapons we can get if we just like, hoard all the food and then.
Our commander said we're going to Hive Le Tit. I think it's French.
Oh. What's a French?
I think it's going to be full of milk.
I don't know.
Do you know what that means, Bobby?
Butter!
Butter.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna be swimming in butter.
yeah, you will.
I can't wait to get down there and kick some ass.
Yeah,
I
there's, like,
assume
green
that
people, so maybe they have food poisoning, which clearly means that we have to eat their food for them, right?
But then we'll get food poisoning.
No, you see,
No, we
it's fine.
can't because they've already got it.
Yeah,
And they're not
exactly.
going to give it to us.
Good point, boss. It's non-transferable.
Exactly.
Well, I don't see a problem with this plan. I think our commander's kind of smart.
You alright, Bobby?
What?
I think
Just
your
said
brain might
something
be
nice about.
again.
You said something nice about the commander, and he's not even
Oh,
here to hear it.
Well, he is doing plan butter.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But I think you're thinking a little too hard. I think you might need to sit down.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, sit down. Take a head rest. You've been thinking a lot. Take a rest. It's okay.
All right, Callen. You always look after me. I know I can trust you.
I know.
And Callen's mind flips back to that moment when he left Bobby to be caught by Commissar Friendly and just abandoned the fuck out of him.
Oh yeah. Callen was gone.
And that's not foreshadowing for later. I'm sure.
No, it's fine. We're gonna get him to that butter.
Oh, sorry. I just saw a scene of Bobby dying and being like, "I'm going to that big butterfield in the sky, Sarge." Okay. Your basic standing orders are reports to Bay, etc., for transport to planet within the next couple of days. So, if you
Does that
want
mean
to,
we have to call a truce with the other crews and not murder each other or steal for a little bit?
I think yes, probably.
Oh god.
I can imagine that, like, once we start grouping up, it's that kind of you know the warriors, how they're all grouped up and nobody's fighting until they're separated. Like we're grouped up, everyone's tense and watching each other really closely and holding their weapons tight, but nobody's willing to start fighting because we'll all fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think there's kind of like there's probably like a regimental rule, which is, you know, what happens on the ship stays on the ship. you know, it's like when you were on the penal world. It was about survival and this kind of thing. And when you get down there and you start fighting, and, you know, it's different. Like, this is almost like a city, like another world to you. Down there, it's a bit more constrained.
And, we might be bastards, but we bash them with each other's backs.
We'll kill everyone.
And take all their butter.
We'll
And shoes.
kill the green ones, Bobby. We got to kill the green ones first.
First.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're sick.
That's
right?
the first. Yeah. Just don't shoot us, Bobby. Okay. Just. You remember last time? Just try not to. Don't give Bobby a gun.
Understood, boss.
Oh shit, Sherlock, I'm sniping.
When are we getting our guns? Well, the other guns. Are we gonna go and
Right.
punch people for them as well?
No, here's
No,
the
no.
plan.
I don't think we
We
need
go
to.
down last.
But
There'll be guns everywhere.
if we get to the height first, and we can control the distribution and get filthy rich.
We would
We can
have
ha-
all of the butter.
Yeah, see, exactly. Bobby gets it.
Right, but if we go down first, right, we'll get all the butter, and then the people that come behind us are going to have all the guns, and they're going to take our butter. If we go down last, somebody else will have the butter, but we'll have all the guns.
And I'll
and then
get
we
a
can
gun.
take the butter, and we'll have butter and guns.
Bobby, you're big enough. I think you can carry 2 guns, yeah? Yes.
I can carry 2 guns.
2 guns, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go down last, we get you 2 guns. No, we
That's
don't.
this many, Bobby.
I know how many 2 is. Thank you very much.
Look, it's important to keep
It's
up with
1
your
in each
education.
hand and then 2 on each hip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
1, 2.
Yeah, 1, 2. Yep. Good stuff, Bobby. You.
This is why you're our Bobby.
Stay strong.
In chat.
Oh, and hey there, Peachy. Thank you for turning up. You just missed me playing your speech to your men. It was taken with vague skepticism and laughing, as I'm sure you were hoping it was going to be. They have managed to secure 2 guns after losing all of their guns.
Yeah.
And one of them...
And 2 pairs of boots.
Yes, and a uniform, where one of them was wearing a sack, because they lost their uniform. Or sold it. Not looking at anyone.
It
Well,
wasn't me.
but once they start sweeping the ship, if we're the last people there, they're gonna find us and they're gonna paddle us.
Well, we'll just go in the last group. Like we can. We'll be not the very last, because you don't want to be the last one with Nurse Friendly standing behind you.
Yeah. At that point, all the butter is already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go down. We'll let some other guys go down first,
Aye.
because they're gonna die. And then we'll go down after them and take their guns.
Okay. That works.
That's a real good idea, boss.
Nobody else is gonna think of going down last. That's why I'm the boss.
That's true. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have gone straight for the butter. You have the very testicle mind.
He's trying to break us again. He's trying.
That's technically true, Bobby. Good.
That's all you think about testics.
I am very testicular, Bobby. You're not wrong.
To prove myself. So, over the next couple of days, you get repeated replays of your commander's instructions. And you also get reports of multiple teams who've been put together rounding up people to go down to the planet because everyone had the same idea as you, basically. So no one's turned up in the first couple of days for the no one's turned up in the first couple of days for the for the trip down to the planet and all this kind of thing. So I'll have Doc roll this when he gets back, but roll me a survival with a -10 because Commissar Friendly's on the case.
Oh God. Oh shit! I'm getting spankies.
I'll roll for Bobby.
Happened once, not happening again.
Ooh.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
So we'll see how Mick does in a bit, but Callen, I assume that as these like they've got like shields and shock mauls and everything, and they come in like bashing the shields. Your trap doesn't work on them, unfortunately, because they are armored up to the hilt. So it's just like string going around them, and they're just like, eh. I assume as they start shocking people and knocking them unconscious, and a giant towering figure of Commissar Friendly turns up and is like, well, boys, you have been naughty. That's right, he has that accent. I take it you run like hell and leave your friends to get shocked and...
Bye-bye!
So, Callen is just like...
Get it, hand.
Callen, wait! And then he just gets like a shock staff to the head and he's like, Kerr!
Oh my god.
Mick, roll me a survival.
I don't want to.
Uh-huh.
You want to pass it?
You would like
Yeah.
to pass it.
I would have assumed that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, -10.
Yeah, I was about to ask if there was a modifier.
Yeah, because Commissar Friendly's on the case.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's a -1.6.
So you also get shocked with a shock maul and go down to the sounds of well, boys, haven't you been bad? That's Commissar Friendly. And the only one to get away is Callen. Callen. I'm not sure what I'm going to have you roll here, but I would suggest you pass it. Roll me an... You know what? Roll me an initiative. And I will also roll initiative.
Initiative.
It's
Are we
1d10.
actually legitimately getting in combat with our own people on the ship before we've even landed?
He ran off by himself with a lasgun into the ship.
Okay. Yeah. No, that.
Yeah. How do I roll initiative?
You guys did the exact same thing to two people. You beat the crap out of them and stole their gun.
We needed it.
Initiative is what?
1d10 plus your agility bonus. So
Oh, which is just a big number. Okay.
the 10 digit of, yeah.
So just 1d10. That's at 3. Yes. That's adding a 3 because that's
Yes, so it'd be 11. So you feel the shadow like detach from the wall as you're like running, and you're like, yeah, I got away from Commissar Friendly. I didn't get caught. Doesn't matter that all my mates did because I've got a gun. I'm going down to the planet, and you like feel the shadow detach from the wall behind you. And would you just like to peg it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an athletics.
Oh, athletics.
Oh, only 1 point. Oh, wow, I rolled quite well.
Bollocks.
Okay. And finally, roll me a dodge. And this will see. We won't go into combat. This will just see how you do.
Oh, that's a 95.
You know what? Because you're the only one who got past Commissar Friendly, I will give you a temporary fate point. You may use it if you like here, or you may save it for throughout the game. It's up to you.
What would happen if I do not use it here?
You'll just have the fate point.
Yeah, you'll have the fate point for like the 2 sessions that we play here now.
I will still keep the gun. I will still keep all my gear.
Who knows?
You'll find out when you wake up.
I
get
wouldn't.
kind of
I
friendly.
wouldn't bet on it.
I can imagine that that's pretty much standard. The things that you have when you go to sleep, you may or may not have them when you wake up.
Yeah.
We're used to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. If you re-roll, you may still fail your dodge, but
On the other hand, even if you fail your dodge, what comes after?
I reroll. Yes.
Okay. You do not.
Yeah. So for
The
for
most-
what- I
The
got
most
for my-
important thing is, well, you don't lose your gun, which was going to happen, but also you don't lose your uniform and you don't lose your socks. So that's good. They were going to take all of those things.
Yeah. So for chat, I had a the first dodge was a negative 6.2.
Yeah, that was rough.
This roll was a 2.8.
Yeah, you went from rolling a 95 to a 5.
You rolled a crit success, a crit failure the first time, so you get away. You dodge down some alleyways, you know. You dodge down some passageways, and you find yourself running towards a door with a couple of guards on. And the guards are like, "Oi, trooper, you've come to go down to the planet.
On for duty.
Get in there."
Fuck.
You walk in, the doors are opened, and you walk into a hangar bay. There's like some really nice, pristine shuttles that are going to take you down to the planet.
Is that why there were guards on the door? We've never actually been allowed in this room before, have we?
Never been allowed in the door. Because they're not your regiment's shuttles. They were borrowed from a different regiment.
Is there anyone else here?
There are 5 people there.
Are they?
all of them have bruises and like not bumps on their heads.
Oh.
Is it these guys?
No, not yet. But they will be brought in momentarily, and for the sake of your guys' dignity, I will skip the spanking. Just know that you received it, and you do not feel good about
Mick's
it.
no longer in charge. Commissar Friendly made us watch.
So you are escorted in.
Oh my god. Hi guys. Am I
It's-
doing alright?
It's amazing how you always get away, Callen. You're lucky.
Yeah.
I got spanked.
Seriously?
Don't talk about it, Bobby. Let's just
Sorry, boss.
we'll move past this together.
I think this might make Callen the new boss now.
The boss of running away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl.
At least we'd have more respect if we were led by someone that just got spanked. Boss.
I mean,
He's got to run away at the first sign of danger.
Oh, I went to a sniping position.
I don't see how this is a sniper position.
Exactly.
This is a hangar bay.
I'm practicing for it.
If we follow him running away when we're down there, we can get the guns and the butter.
It's hard to fault logic like that, boss.
I mean, you're technically right. Okay, we'll follow you until you run away like a girl.
Yeah, Callen.
Boss, girly Callen.
Girl boss. Let's go, girl boss. And he like clumps
How's
off.
your ass? Let's get him.
It's such a weird thing to ask a soldier.
Yeah.
How's your ass? I could just see it becoming like a greeting around the ship after a while of like you're walking down the corridor and a guard's like, "Hey there, Charlie, how's your ass?"
Especially
Oh,
when you know you've just recently got
Yeah.
by
Or it's like a badge of honor that you haven't been spanked in the last 30 days.
Yeah, it's probably like our regimental version of like keeping your nose clean,
Yeah.
you know, staying out of trouble. How's your ass? Perfectly unmarred and unmarked. sir.
Keeping it pink, not red at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a surge in like soothing balms on the ship.
Yep.
We could make
That's
our
what
own
I want.
out of butter and urine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So, you are ready to go. Basically, there are 10 people total. There are 15 people total. None of them are officers,
Wow, shit.
but you do hear the sounds of like shouting and clumping and zaps. And I think as you guys are getting ready to board a shuttle, more men are slowly like dragged in by these guards and like dumped unceremoniously.
Yeah.
There's just like a pile gathering in a corner of like unconscious guardsmen. This is your army, guys.
And
Yeah.
the commissar's arm's getting a little sore.
Oh no, he's fine. He could do this for days, and he probably will, to be honest, because he's gonna have to root around in the ship for a while.
He has been and will be
Yeah.
spanking the daylight out of people.
So you're the first group of like 15 or so, the unlucky ones who were caught first, and Callen, who accidentally ran to the place he shouldn't have. You're loaded onto a shuttle. The shuttle closes, and the shuttle takes off and heads down to the planet. This time, we don't really need to do a montage of like explosions going off nearby, because the beachhead has been won. You've heard rumors of the Imperial Line Regiment numbers, and the Breath of the Emperor securing where you're going to be landing. You're going to be landing in kind of a large fortified area that's been secured. It's fairly large, like around the coastline and then off to some mountains. The mountains have lots of like tunnels and fortifications on them that have been occupied and improved from when the orcs were there. And once you land, the basic plan, as far as anyone knows, for your regiment is you're going into the plains to the north, and you're going to move up to Hive Latate to capture that food and to use your supply network that is the one thing your commander managed to get for you guys as a regiment.
That's like the trucks and shit, right? Like we've got
Yeah.
vehicles to move things. That's basically what the network is.
Yeah, it's supply trucks and maybe a few like airlift jets and things, but those would actually be handled by like not even a sub-regiment, just like a specialist set. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
specialists that are attached for the job.
yeah, they're attached for the job. They're not actually part of your regiment.
All right.
Stuff will be.
Yeah.
I'm already planning.
Uh-huh. Well, just wait. That's all I can say. So you land at this kind of designated drop-off spot for guardsmen. You actually see another regiment here. They are off to the side. They are fairly short, very stocky, clad in this ridiculous heavy armor. A lot of them have, let me just double check here, because I can't exactly remember what they're equipped with. Is these guys. They're equipped with like top of the range like M36 las guns. They've got like bandoliers with frag grenades. Very cheekily, I think you see this on a couple of them. They have like stacks and stacks of rations, and you can see like multiple charge packs, like more than you've seen in your lives of charge packs, basically, on these guys. And they are lined up, just standing there at attention. You get the impression they may have been there for like half a day waiting for something. Not moving.
Do any of them have crappy boots?
No, their boots are spit shined.
God damn it.
Nerds.
Brown noses.
You do see one who is pacing up and down them critically. She is a lot taller than any of the others, probably about as tall as you guys. Oh, actually, you guys are reasonably short as well. So probably like a head and shoulders taller than you guys. She has a very imposing demeanor and a giant chainsword that is as big as her on her back. And on the chainsword is engraved the words "immovable." Roll me a scrutiny.
Nope.
I pass with 0.1 degree of success.
Franklyn,
I
I failed.
you have heard some rumors, because even though the other regiments don't tend to mingle, your regiment does tend to mingle. And there have been people who've made up some bullshit excuse to go to a different regiment, maybe nick a couple of guns, maybe some supplies, and come back. And they have told you about the Sisyphean Guard regiment and their commander, Commander Aegis. She is very strict, she is very scary, and she has a giant eviscerator on her back.
I'm gonna walk straight up to her and say, if you grease that sword up, it won't be unmovable anymore. The bits will start moving, and then just walk away.
Roll me a charm.
Is that it?
Negative 4.1.
You wake up half a day later with a broken nose and a very, very rough, hungover feeling.
Oh dear.
Franklyn and Callen, you saw what happened, just about. The second he walked over and said, "You know," Commander Aegis span round and punched him with a huge, mailed, like, armoured fist right in his face, and he went flying. Instantly knocked out. You dragged him away, put him in a tent somewhere, and got down to just basic grifting and... I'm gonna say take 2 wounds, Mick, just purely because... You're lucky I don't kill you, basically.
Can I take one of his knives while he's unconscious?
To be honest, I was expecting to die there.
I considered it, but I was like... Oh.
What's our total wounds again, by the way?
It should be
not on here.
12 or 13, I think. 13, I think, is the total wounds, yeah.
It's like 10 plus toughness bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanna nick one of his knives while he's out as like payment for dragging him away and giving him basic medical treatment.
Well,
Well,
I was
me-
asleep, so I would expect to wake up with less than I had when I went to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't expect it, because you weren't expecting to get clocked in the face as a character, but...
As he takes one knife, I'll take the other.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
This is already a profitable bargain.
Okay?
Critical fail, yeah. That's a
I mean,
critical fail.
you're not running away from anything, to be fair, so of course it's going to be a failure.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, you both. Sorry. Oh wait. No.
I think
You.
we were both
yeah.
just grabbing a knife.
Franklyn, you need to roll sleight of hand as well.
oh, okay. Well,
You two should take the boss's knives.
You might roll out on him while he's sleeping.
yeah, it's for his safety. But
Yeah.
besides, we did him a big favor. We spent some of our medical supplies on him, so it's like a trade, right? We help him not die, and we get some of his stuff.
I mean, it was quite funny. What's the that big lady there?
The
Yeah.
Bow Beast.
He's definitely not a boss anymore. First he got spanked, then a big woman knocked him out.
Okay. Well, as long as he's okay with the trade, that's fine with me.
He'll be fine with it.
I'm sure he will be. Don't worry,
Well,
I'll look after him. You guys go and see if you can find a gun or something. We need more. Well, we need more supplies.
yeah, good idea, Bobby. We'll go do that.
Okay. And as after you guys have left, Bobby reaches down and rifles through the pockets of Mick, and then reaches over and starts moving his chin and goes, "Hey Bobby, why don't you take my mess kit? Sorry, my
That's honestly, this is what I was expecting them to do. To be like, here, look, he said we can have it. Yeah, you can have my stuff. See, he said so.
Hey
Alright,
Bobby,
alright.
hey Bobby, why don't you take my grooming kit? Well, is that all right with you, boss? Yeah, it's totally great. You're really smart and good with numbers. And you should get a gun, even though everyone says you shouldn't get a gun. I would like a gun, boss. Yeah, you should go and get a gun. Well, maybe I will, but I'll take your mess kit first. Thanks, boss. Bye. And Mick, when you wake up, half a day later, you are missing 2 knives and a mess kit. And a grooming kit.
I still have my uniform.
Yes.
Haha.
You don't have your socks.
I still have my boots though.
You do.
Welcome to the guard.
So I think we'll be sort of slowly sticking around, see if we can source anything useful safely.
We're probably like looking for like a supply dump full of food or whatever.
Yep, weapons.
Well,
Uh-oh.
there was. Well, actually, this would be after Mick got knocked out, so they're probably still here. There is the supplies for the Sisyphean Guard.
I mean, they don't need it, right?
I don't want to get punched by a gorilla lady.
I see, but that's why we're gonna do it very quietly.
Very
The-
quietly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do quite like.
They'll never know.
but they might.
Well, then we need you to be super smart and like talk to them while we're in there taking the stuff. I mean, looking through it.
It worked well last time, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked perfectly. We got the two
So
guns.
I just need to be a distraction again.
Yeah, it was perfect.
You're so good at it, Bobby. None of us could pull it off.
Okay, I will be a distraction then. Would you like to go and raid the supply stores of the Sisyphean Guard?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just gonna pay them a friendly visit, right?
You know, I was actually trying to be friendly with them in a terrible way. You guys are
Oh,
just gonna
God.
rob them. I was trying
Well-
to establish a line of trade and possibly steal from them later.
I
I mean, this is a one-way exchange that we're establishing here.
I had to roll my deceive on Bobby to see how he did with distracting them. I rolled a
Okay.
79, so this is what happens. You guys wait for a distraction to slip into a tent, which is filled with, like, rations and ammo boxes. Bobby walks up to the guards in front of the tent. Hello, I'm a distraction.
At that point, especially, I'm gone. Yeah.
Are you guys running?
Yeah, I don't think we're that stupid.
Once we see how well his distraction goes, we just bail, I believe.
Roll me an athletics.
Oh god.
Or a stealth.
Athletics or stealth?
Oh, damn it.
I'll allow you to roll a stealth if you like, because your stealth is
Thank
better.
you,
Is a better.
sheepy.
Okay.
Fuck everything.
A 92 for me and a 98 for you. Oh my god.
Did you guys know that there are orcs in this campaign and they're dangerous? We're all gonna die before we see any of them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna kill us, right? We didn't steal anything.
So, what are you a distraction for? My friends are stealing. What are they stealing from? You! We're gonna steal from there. And where are your friends? There they are! And he just points to where you guys are. And you guys are like, oh shit! And you like turn around and start running. Except for there are guards behind you already. So you just run into them. And like fall on the ground. And the guard's like, well, what do we have here?
Couple of guys who could use some more ammo. Like you were wandering into a shitstorm, but you got tons.
We were just out here for a friendly visit, right? We didn't take anything.
Nah. I mean, if you could offer us something, that would be very useful.
Roll me a deceive.
I've got this shiny pair of boots that maybe we could like trade.
What was the roll?
Deceive.
Deceive. Wish me luck.
Do we get any bonus if we technically haven't stolen anything? So we're telling the truth?
You were going to, and no, it wouldn't matter.
You
anyway.
haven't stolen anything, but you were stealing.
So you wake up half a day later. In your tent.
Does that mean I woke up before them?
Yeah. Mick, you wake up. Bobby, Callen, and Franklyn are all passed out in the tent with no guns.
Where's all for that?
I mean, I have to take a couple of knives, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll leave them with one each.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
This time you don't have to roll a sleight of hand because there's no one watching.
Yeah.
So
now I have 3 knives.
And you both take a knife off. Wait, no, because they have 2 knives.
Oh right, yeah. Cause,
They
so
took
I'd have
so
2,
you could.
Yeah, 4 knives.
I have 5 knives because I
You
take
have
one
5
off Bobby
knives
as well.
now. So you guys each have 1 knife, and Mick has 5 knives. And I can only assume that when you guys wake up, Mick will be passed out next to you for some reason.
I'm not saying it won't happen.
Yeah. You both take.
I'm not gonna say that their plan failed, but mine won't.
Yeah.
However,
You both
I
take.
believe
Both take 3 wounds.
Yay.
And you know the funny thing is this is pretty much how I saw this this regiment going,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is why I love this regiment so much.
Oh shit.
So Mick, what would you like to do?
well, I need to enact my cunning leaderness. So I'm going to develop a plan.
Oh, are you gonna
Oh.
steal Bobby's? It's a notepad with the letters PLN on
Yeah,
it.
no, I knew where you were going. I just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Okay.
I see. I feel like I've lost a little bit of respect from the boys, you know.
Mm.
So I need to come up with a cunning plan, a cunning, foolproof plan to win them back.
Yes.
And I think what I'm going to need is a couple of boxes, like some crates,
Okay.
and something to move them on, like a hand trolley. Doesn't need to be anything in them. Empty is preferable, but
Okay.
it doesn't really matter. So while they're all passed out, I'm going to start trying to find something that would, move supplies in, even though it's empty. I'm sure we'd have it with the logistics trucks.
So roll me an awareness, a scrutiny, and a survival.
Oh, these sound dangerous. Awareness. Negative 6.7, a scrutiny. Negative 5.7, and a survival. Negative 3.5.
At least we get our knives back.
So you wake up 2 days later. No.
I was gonna say, hang on a second. I was doing my job of being a supply logistics man.
Oh yeah, no. I will say you search around the camp. You don't find anything that you could just take. You check a few locations where you're like, maybe this is the storage place. It's confusing. It is like a bit of a fortress. There's lots of defenses, and it's quite a large area with lots of different regiments in different places. And your survival roll was basically if you could find something to knock together, like a discarded trolley that didn't quite work, but you could patch up. So you probably found like a couple of discarded crates and discarded trolleys, but they're too beat up to be usable in any way, and you couldn't figure out a way to shoddily make them work. You do, however, have a black market, which has been set up in the kind of half a day since you've been asleep. A lot more of your regiment has come down, and some of them have set themselves up as kind of like, look, we've got loads of stuff and we can trade, and they're making inways with some of the other regiments to, trade for good weapons and good gear and all that kind of thing as well. You probably wander into it, and you know a couple of the guys. They're there's the same guys who are running that hangar up on the ship.
I do have some knives to trade.
Everyone on your ship gets 2 knives. Knives are like butter. It's just everywhere.
I mean, that's basically all I have. I have knives, clothes, and the bag with which I carry my knives.
Yes.
I could, no.
I mean, the boys have charge packs.
I thought they got those taken off them when they lost their guns.
They just lost the guns.
Damn, if I had known that, I would have stolen those as well.
You could have stolen them.
Yeah, I'll let it go.
I mean, you would have seen them there, but...
No, I think I'll have to come up with another way of enacting my plan.
I mean, there is one thing you can think of, but it could be dangerous.
I'll go and talk to the commander lady again.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking, Chief?
I mean, after half a day, the commander and her troops have moved out, because they have their own mission, and they are more organized and more regimented.
Also, this ice suddenly started evaporating.
So yeah, they moved out. They took most of their supplies with them.
It's unfortunate. I was actually hoping to see her again so I could see if she could knock me out again.
Yeah.
I'm very greedy of them to just take all the stuff.
But there was a battle fought here recently when the invasion happened. And the majority of regiments currently are either on mission or staying within this fortress, so you could maybe venture out go through the tunnels and see if you can pick up any like dropped weapons, like scavenge the battlefield maybe.
I suppose that'd be an effective use of time while these boys are having a nap.
It has the downside of being outside of the defensive line. And
Look, I walked up to Commander Bitch Tits and said a stupid fucking comment to her. You think I'm worried about orcs?
Technically speaking, she is scarier than orcs, because I've seen her stats. If, okay, I'll just do this very quickly so you can get an idea of her. You can get an idea of her. Her name's Commander Rourke Aegis, and this is her damage. And that's not a very good roll.
That's with 9 penetration as well. Like, that would only kill me.
I'm sorry, I thought there was something after that.
You know, we'll only kill you. It's not that bad. We can still loot you.
Yeah.
It's not she's just been disintegrate you.
I also haven't got all of the stats for that. It's actually 3d10 and you drop the lowest.
Yeah, no. I completely understand how incredibly stupid it was, but it made sense. I saw the unmovable chainsaw, and my first thought was, well, why doesn't it move? Lubricate it. Get some butter.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh.
Eviscerators are fun. So yeah, would you like to head out and try and scavenge the battlefield?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what'll kill me.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Is this for like sneaking out of the camp or for sneaking around?
I don't think you'll need to roll to sneak out of the camp.
Okay.
Like, one of your regiment being seen going out into the battlefield is like, wow. Maybe they're not all bad. There you go.
Oh. I got a 0.2 success. That's technically not a fail.
Yes. So, you...
Bobby's asleep, so I'm doing his job.
Yeah. Wait, his job is stealth? Really?
No, his job is numbers.
Oh, of course. Sorry. So,
That's the best.
You wander outside through the mountain, through these tunnels. You bump into some random... you think he's probably from the Imperial Line Regiment. He apologizes, and the second that you bump into him, you forget him. Like, you just bumped into some random whatever. You can't even remember what he looks like.
Probably like when you see someone walk in the street and they bump into you and you just like, what? And you just look back, oh, I don't know, keep walking.
Yeah.
Didn't even kind of clue onto the fact that I just bumped into somebody in the middle of a scorched battlefield and there's nobody around for miles.
Yep. You don't even think it's weird. In fact, every time you're like, what just happened? It's like, I like hit a tree or something. Can't really remember.
Yeah, I've got to watch my step.
Yeah.
Might step on an orc.
And it's time to search the battlefield, which will be a scrutiny.
Wait. That's security. Negative 5.6.
Is that a crit fail?
No,
Not quite.
it's a 91.
91, close.
Okay. You search, and you search, and you search, and you search, and you search. I'm gonna need a survival roll, because that's pretty bad degree of success, to not wander too far out.
Negative 0.8.
Okay, this might not be terrible. Let's find out, because you succeeded in your stealth roll. So, you're really quiet, and you're sneaking around, and it starts to get a little bit dark, and you hear a click, and then another click, and you see a small figure, like, rooting around in this kind of, on like, the edge of this swamp, trying to, like, dig something out of the dirt. Very clearly not human.
Must be one of those elves I read about in the book.
We have an infestation of elves, boys.
Get the fairy dust.
So yeah, you haven't
Alright.
managed to find anything. So
So what is this? What's this little figure? What's he got?
he has like a kind of fairly, not as big as him, but close. He's shorter than you. He's probably waist high to you. And yeah, he's got kind of like a long gun. No other weapon that you can see. It looks kind of makeshift and crappy. But he's got his back to you. You're probably about 10 meters away from him, maybe.
He does have a gun, though.
Mm.
If I had a gun, I'd be in charge of the boys again. I don't know that it wouldn't work.
And it may work, to be honest, because
Might,
Yeah.
everyone's
It may
suffered.
work, it may work really well at its intended purpose, killing humies.
Yeah. When it explodes.
Yeah.
Boom. Whoop.
The problem is, the only thing I have is a lot of knives.
Uh huh.
I could try and go up and stab him, but I don't think that would work for me. Okay, well, I'm gonna do what
if you would like to go up behind him, I'll allow the stealth roll to stand, and it would be a strength in. With surprise, it would be a strength plus 20 to grapple him.
You've got 5 knives, you better use them.
You're right. I should try and trade with the elf.
I heard elves like milk, so maybe you can trade some butter. Maybe it's the same.
Fuck that, that's our butter.
That's true.
Yeah, probably would never forgive me.
No.
Probably got his ass beaten, and he's probably going to wake up later than everyone else because he already has a bad head wound. You assume he has brain damage at this point if he didn't already.
Well, I mean, I think we assumed he had brain damage.
There's not going to be a noticeable difference when he wakes up, I'll say that.
What kills him makes him stronger.
All right, fuck it. Let's get me killed. I'm gonna go up and try to communicate with this elf.
You're going to try and communicate with it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's rooting around in the swamp, like trying to dig something out.
I'll just walk up to him like, "Hey, little guy. Hey, what you got there?"
Okay. It spins around and opens fire, and it's like, da! Da! I will give it a minus 20 because it is panicked, and it, yeah, it's kind of panic shooting. So this will be this with this and this and this. Go. Wow. Okay, so that is a hit. Would you like to try and dodge this?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dodge is one of the skills I have ticked.
Holy
Ooh.
crap!
2.3.
You kind of like, you're expecting something, maybe not an instant reaction of like trying to kill you.
I was expecting the usual reaction that I get from the crew of trying to hide the thing that he's got. Like, no, it's mine.
Yeah.
So I was already on edge.
And it kind of wildly sprays everywhere as you kind of jump to the side, and it like hits the ground where you were and then kind of goes up into the air again. It's your turn.
I'm just gonna try and calm him down. Whoa. No.
Okay. Roll me. This may just be a straight up fellowship, because I don't think it's a charm.
I told you I was gonna try and trade with the orcs. I warned you.
Okay. Roll me a fellowship. Honestly, I feel bad making you roll a charm, because it's at a half your...
Negative
Oh.
6.2.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just gonna be like, die, you mean scum! I got a little bit Inquisition there for a second. Die, Xenos filth! What I will say is, if you would like to... I mean, you weren't really trying to attack it, so... yeah, okay, we'll do this again. It's going to be the same basic roll, except for it's going to be a bit calmer about it. And it's going to semi-auto. Okay. What are these rolls?
I think we switched like dice for this. We get all the crappy ones and you can kill people.
Yeah, that's 2 hits. So, would you like to dodge? You can dodge 1 hit.
Of course I would like to dodge 1 hit.
Depending on the amount of successes. Well,
But
you
I
didn't success.
haven't dodged 1 hit. I would like to have
Or
dodged.
knives.
Okay. How you looking?
Wait, so how does...
That's so
not well.
it's 10 damage reduced by your armor and toughness, and then 12 damage reduced by your armor and toughness.
And that's what, 7? So that's 3... 8. I have 3 wounds left.
Oof. Yeah, you take like a bullet catches you like in your side, and one hits you like in your lower leg, and you can probably tell at this point that this is some kind. It's green, and it's shooting you. So this is probably an enemy, is what I'll give you there.
Must be one of them Tau elves.
Obviously, everyone knows about Tau elves.
Yeah, they're the worst. Communists. They just give stuff to each other.
Ugh.
Okay, well, he's obviously not interested in trading. He must have found something really good, though. However, I'm just gonna fucking run.
Yeah, I think the Gretchen is like, he's so used to like all of the regiments he's fought so far. The regiments he's fought so far have been the Breath of the Emperor, who are crazy melee psychotics, and the Imperial Line Regiment, who are like battle-hardened fanatics who have a really, really ridiculous talent for survival. So it's been hard fighting, so he instantly is expecting like someone to attack him, you know, like for you to go like rah, you know, and go and try and stab him or something. Instead, you just immediately like you realize you can't reason with him, and you just turn and leg it. Pardon me. So I'll say athletics plus 30 because he's not expecting it, minus 10 because you got shot in the leg.
Sure. So, athletics plus 20.
Yeah.
Negative 2.3.
So you get a reasonable distance before he notices. However, this is going to be a fairly long range for him. He is going to take a shot, but it is going to be a rough shot for him. Wow, okay. As you're running, you can feel the gun, like, sighted right on your back, you know, ready. The second this Gretchen pulls the trigger, bullets are going to fly out of its gun and hit you in the back and pierce your organs and kill you. You're dead. You're just dead. And then you hear an explosion.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit the ground as soon as I hear the explosion. Give it a few seconds and then look back.
The grot is lying there. Its gun exploded.
Is he moving?
Nope.
I'm gonna go see what he found.
Okay. Fucking, he could have at least just not hit you. You would have kept running. Fucking useless asshole blows up his fucking gun again.
A grot.
Oh, god damn. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Gretchen, for that annoying bull crap honky. Let's have a look here. Roll me a fellowship, and just purely because of what happened there, give it like a plus 40.
0.7. Thank you for the plus 40, by the way.
No problem. You know what? Just purely because it's so on brand for me with orcs and exploding guns and shit, take a fate point as well. Because you literally just survived death in the most ridiculous way. Okay. Roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d6.
It's not often you get a kill by technicality
Oh,
without actually doing anything to someone.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. Roll me a... No, I went to the wrong table. Okay. Roll me a D... 1, 2, 3.
One.
So you kind of prod the body, probably with your knife, and it doesn't move. Then you realize that most of its face is gone, and you don't know much about the orcs and the greenskins and the Gretchen and everything. You probably know them by name, and there are like pictures which aren't really well done. Doesn't look what they're supposed to look like, but you can guess that that's killed it because you can't see its face, like the eyes or the nose or the mouth. It's just like...
I've also now actually established that it was in fact an orc, now that I'm close and poking at it.
You have.
Yep.
And it does have a knife in its boot.
Now I have 6 knives.
It is called a sneaky boot knife. It is a little bit smaller, it can be hidden easier, and it is 1d5 plus 1.
He's got the alpha knife.
Yeah.
It's sneaky, so no one can steal it from me. This is
Well,
like the eternal knife.
This is a funny thing, is because the Imperial Guard knives are 1d5 without the plus 1. So technically speaking, you have a better knife than everyone else in the regiment. Actually,
If this were Katachan, you'd be in charge.
you have the best knife in all of the regiments. Technically speaking, because no one else has picked up a sneaky boot knife, to my knowledge.
I will be king.
There are also like 3 teeth in a pouch.
In in a pouch.
Yeah, look, just a little pouch inside.
Like he's collecting teeth.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it, they're mine now.
Put in your inventory 3 orc teeth. For those of you who don't know, as far as I'm aware, Gretchen teeth aren't used as currency for the orcs, because it's just orc teeth. So
They are, but not in the way you might expect. It's more that if you need to pay for something, you don't have money on hand, just grab the nearest Gretchen and rip his teeth out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kind of like an
I did
IOU.
actually read on that when with orc trading. I read up on it like years ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I was like, so you were planning for this for a while.
Apparently, one of the reasons that orcs hate humans is because they tried to trade with them and the humans refused. And the reason that the humans refused was because they were trying to trade hair. Now, for those of you who know what orc hair is, it's actually a parasite that grows on their scalp. So they were trying to like put parasites on the humans, and the humans were like, no, fuck off. So the orcs were like, fine, we'll just shoot you.
Yeah. Sounds like
A little bit of Warhammer lore for you. There you go.
No.
Ah, orc tech strikes again. Yes, and also Sheepy's rolling for orcs on the shooting. Strikes again.
Look, we've been rolling terribly most of the session, so
Yep.
Yeah, I have succeeded a single roll, I believe.
To be fair, I did roll really well on that Gretchen, so it is
You
only
did.
appropriate that I then exploded his gun. Oh, also, as you roll his body over, you find out what he was scrabbling in the dirt for. It's like kind of, it was like stamped in, but it's been excavated a little bit.
It's a landmine. Boom.
That was an option, not gonna lie. But no, it's a hand flamer.
Oh, I'll be taking that too.
Would you like the stats for it, or do you have a rulebook?
I do have one. I don't plan on shooting it, so.
Well, I will just give you this in the chat so that you can do with it as you. That's wrong. I was just about to link you to my. Okay, how about we try this again and see if it. There we go. That's the stats on it.
Okay, I'll just add that in real quick.
Yeah. And I think, because I don't want to keep you guys out of it for too long, we will snap back to Franklyn and Callen waking up with Mick sitting there, a bullet hole, or 2 bullet holes in him, probably bandaged up a little bit by this point, not really healed, but not dead and not bleeding out anymore, and just spinning this hand flamer around his finger.
Sitting on the corpse of a Gretchen.
Oh, you brought it back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Son of a bitch.
Good morning, boys.
Uh-huh.
Guess who killed an orc?
That's not an orc. That's a mini one.
Look, you
Even
didn't.
Bobby could tell you that.
Well, yeah, everything's mini to Bobby.
Bobby's like passed out drooling.
You haven't even killed a mini orc. I did in one-on-one combat. It was a rough fight, but I got him.
Roll me a deceive.
I'm scrutinizing this.
I would have, if you'd have said,
Negative 4.7.
if you'd have said it was a rough fight, but he died, I would have allowed it. But you said I got him, which is not true.
I do got him. I'm sitting on him.
Yeah, you have him, but you didn't get him.
I don't think this technicality works for you.
Roll me a scrutiny, Franklyn.
I technically do better than him.
You do better. So what you get is the feeling that he's embellishing something, but you don't know what or why or how. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, pull the other one. You know, you probably just found it dead out there or something like that.
I see you got again now. Fuck.
Yep, it's a hand sprayer. We got those. It says it in the book.
We were trying to get a few more rifles, but
and some like proper food instead of like, well, we have to hunt.
shit.
Well, maybe we can trade the orc.
You also have the parts of a gun, but it's like parts. It's not.
Yeah, I kind of imagine that after exploding, it's just scrap metal that wouldn't really be able to do anything.
Consider your talent.
Yeah, we can do miracles with some scrap metal.
Not miracles.
Yeah, we could probably turn it into a shiv.
You could with like orc weaponry, like the guns and stuff, you could use some of the mechanics in there to make it probably wouldn't be like a proper gun, but you could maybe use some of the stuff to turn it into something that fires a projectile.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It would require
as
time
a player, I
and
feel
time
like
to
a
work.
human attempting to recreate orc tech will just end with the same way that the previous owner of this gun ended.
I mean, you're not recreating orc tech. You're basically using a few parts to put together something makeshift. It wouldn't be amazing, but it could like fire bolts of steel, for example.
I suppose technically, doesn't really matter how bad they do. It's still less likely to blow up in my hands than it was in his.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I might think about it. I'll be considering how to reconstruct something out of it. Because I mean, this thing fucking hurt.
Yeah.
So
Put-
maybe I can do something with it.
Put grot blaster parts in your inventory, and then you can decide if you decide you want to do something with it. You can.
Maybe I'll make a gun and I'll give it to Bobby. See how it goes.
So, yeah, you guys haven't been organized yet into a regiment. I will tell you as players and also the chat that I did a few rolls for all of the regiment for how they did in general, like discipline, and I made modifications. Like some of you guys did better in certain things. The Imperial Line Regiment did pretty well in their combat rolls against the orcs, which is why their campaign went as well as it did. And I think they had the least casualties of any invasion force. For example, what was the regiment you were in? It was the not Breath of the Emperor. It was the Naboom Banshee
The
regiment.
Naboom. Yeah.
They didn't roll amazing, but they rolled well enough that the orcs didn't immediately like orc charge them when they turned up, and instead prepared traps and things like that, which is something they were much more able to deal with than like a full-on charge. So there's been a few things like this. For this regiment, they rolled terribly. It's almost like Peachy was rolling for them. And it's going to take them time to get organized and to start moving, so they're going to be delayed for a fair while. Whereas the Sisyphean Guard have already moved off towards their objective. Incidentally, guys, just as like a small minor plug for the future, the first episode with the Sisyphean Guard is going to feature OMG Vandy as Commander Rourke Aegis with her regiment. So she's coming to play for a couple of episodes. And it's going to be ridiculous, because goddamn is she strong. Anyway.
I know.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it was love at first sight. So yeah, you're going to have a couple of days at least before anyone like starts trying to organize the regiment into, hey, let's get going. Which honestly, it's kind of a good thing in a weird way, because you have time to get equipment and steal and sneak and do whatever the hell you want, basically.
Get knocked out again. You
Yeah.
know.
I have prepared the phrase, so you wake up a day later. I'm just ready to say it at this point. So you're probably in your tent, which at this point it was a med tent for people recovering. It's now your squad tent, basically, because you keep getting put in here unconscious. And you've basically just claimed it for yourself, because they're like, there's too many people in there unconscious. Like, every time we try to put someone in there, their knives get stolen, and their socks get stolen. And then they come and complain to us. So we're just gonna... It's not even a med tent, it's just a tent, and we'll just ignore it from now. So you're probably kind of sitting in there. It's gonna take...
Hey guys, you've got a tent.
Yeah. You can put that in your inventory if you like, jeez.
Yes.
We'll be
Um,
taking it with us when we leave.
It's it's squad inventory. Although you guys will probably squabble over whose it actually is, if you like. Bobby's gonna take like a day more to wake up. So he's not gonna wake up for a while, and you guys are left to your own devices. Let's say, you know, you have a bit of unless you'd like to play out the scene further with, you know, the Gretchen and the hand flamer, like.
Well, all I know is that I want to take its head and put it on a spike outside the door of our tent.
Roll me a survival plus 30.
I mean, it's already missing its head, isn't it?
Actually, plus 40. This is really easy, simple. It's just finding the spike, I guess. Did you roll exactly?
I literally rolled an 85, and I needed to get
An 85.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it is a success with 0 degrees of success. Yeah,
Mhm.
you do it. It's messy. You get covered in Gretchen blood.
That's fine. I just want people to know that this is where the mighty Orc Slayer sleeps.
Yeah.
You mean recovers from his wounds?
Shut up.
After a few hours of the Gretchen head being up on the being up outside on a spike, you hear someone like walking past, and they're like in kind of hushed tones, but you hear it. It's like, I heard this squad killed an orc baby. They ate everything but the head. Look, you can see the head on a spike there.
Do we all hear this?
Yeah.
I deliberately do a very loud belch.
Yeah.
Good. Put the fear in them.
Uh-huh.
That was the idea.
This regiment's weird.
Well, other than that, I guess I'll probably be tinkering with the Gretchen gun parts while we pass time.
Okay. Roll me a survival. You won't get any minuses, but because it's orc origins, you won't get any pluses.
Negative 3.4.
I think
dear.
you probably... Wait, it's not like a crit success, right? No, it's not. You're fine. I think this probably just extends the time of where you can't figure out anything too useful to do with it. Like, you've got some parts, you've got like a couple of parts that, you know, like trigger mechanism and like weird metal wires and the like, but you're just like, I don't know what to do with this.
There's one bit that spins when you push on it, and I've got no idea where that was supposed to go.
There's just one bit on the handle as well. That's just a little button that says no on it.
Oh, you. Fuck you, sheepdog.
What?
He's gonna push it.
I have to push it.
Yeah.
It's
You should
check
push
up
it.
button. He wouldn't have put it there if he didn't expect me to push it.
And we've all seen the scene, haven't we?
What's the first thing a good soldier does when he picks up a gun? He asks what's the little red button on the handle for. Oh, fine, I pushed the button.
Roll me a D100.
Don't laugh, I'm in the tent.
I know.
Yeah.
Nothing.
67.
He's just there stroking his beard, going,
It's like, oh god, I get to kill 3 of them at once.
It fizzles. Nothing happens. And I think like a little compartment opens, and you see a very small, like, kind of explosive charge in the handle.
I will be. I mean, okay, so even though it's an orc explosive charge, it's very obviously an explosive charge.
Yeah. It's got like a picture of. It's got like a little picture of.
Yeah, it's got the classic orc explosion symbol. Yep. Yep. Okay. I'll just. You know what? I'm just gonna put that aside and not touch it again. Because it's still an orc explosive that was technically detonated and could go off at any moment, so I'm just going to slide it over towards Bobby.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it fizzles and I just put it down and then slide it away from me and then just kind of.
Or I can tell you, on a bad roll, Bobby would have rolled over and onto it, and it would have exploded.
He
But
would
he
have
rolled-
gone up hero though.
He rolled okay, so he didn't do that. Would anyone else like to be doing anything else? I will say, for the sake of this, considering what happened, Mick, you also have time to do other things, because that didn't take you very long. It was literally like, ooh, button, click. Nope.
okay.
Don't want this anymore. It's clearly going to kill me.
Yeah.
I'll be kind of scavenged for a weapon, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll scour the battlefield, I guess.
You'd like to head on out? I assume, Mick, that you told them you found it out in the battlefield.
Yeah, no. I've every time we get a few minutes of downtime, I regale them with the impressive story of how I fought an orc one-on-one.
Yeah.
Can we smell the bullshit every time?
Yeah, absolutely. You know it's bullshit, but you just let it happen.
How does this affect the status of boss and everything like that? Because you've all, at this point, had the crap beaten out of you.
I think the status
thing
of
is,
boss
he-
is perpetually transient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the day. One of us is in charge depending on the day.
Okay. What
At
is
the moment, he's the one with the gun. He did.
He also has the best knife on the planet
yeah,
he
so
does.
and a hand flamer.
he's boss.
Oh, yeah, I will actually, because I am a kind and generous boss, I will return 1 knife to each of you. I have spare knives now. I know
Yeah, you're
how
the
amazing my knife is, and I'm keeping it secret. You don't even know about it.
That's a good plan. Just hope you don't get knocked out for no reason again.
And-
Because they can just search you and find it. Oh, actually, it'd be strapped in your boots, so they'd have to do a scrutiny on you.
It's-
I mean,
it's a
we are
sneaky knife.
taking everyone's boots, so let's be real here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just going to be doing the search in the battlefield.
Okay. Well, let's search the battlefield. Roll me a stealth. Would you like to go out during the day or at night?
Night.
Night, definitely.
It will make it harder to see things, but it will also mean take plus 30 to your stealth roll.
I'll take the plus 30.
Yay!
I passed.
Okay. Roll me a awareness with a -10, a scrutiny with a -20, and a survival. Just straight up survival.
And the straight up survival.
Oh.
Stealth success, awareness fail, scrutiny fail, survival success.
You almost, all of your failures were almost 3 and over. Your awareness your awareness rolls were terrible, 6.4 and 4.8. Your scrutiny was not great, 3s, and Franklyn, your survival was -2, almost
Yeah.
-3. Okay, you did get a good survival with Callen, so I don't think you get lost. Which is probably the first trick to surviving. I think the only fair way to do this is to roll a dice of some kind to see what you run into. Roll me a 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Roll me a d8.
1.
2.
Really? This is the most bizarre... Okay. I'm gonna wait for... Yeah. I'm just gonna wait for Doc, because I'm sure he wants to hear what's about to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, they rolled to see what they ran into, because they didn't succeed their awarenesses or scrutiny. They didn't get lost, but this is what they run into. At about the same time, Franklyn, you see a small, round, circular thing, kind of about, it kind of like crests a hill, maybe 50, 60 meters away from you. At the same time, Callen, you see this. Basically, you both see both of them, but you see one thing first, and probably point out the other one, because they're quite close together. Callen, great roll, mate. You see a big, kind of, like, cylindric thing on, like, kind of metallic legs with, like, these big, kind of, tendrily arms just waving, and it kind of clanks about a lot, and it's kind of trying to stay away from the little circular thing.
It's a Mechanicus.
Sure, yeah.
It's dark, and you succeeded your stealth rolls, so they do not see you. For now.
I'm gonna very, very quietly move away. Because I think I know, and I can't know what that fucking thing is, and if that is what I think it is, we're dead.
Come on, guys. I went into battle with an orc. Surely you can win.
Clank, clank, clank.
Roll me a stealth.
With the plus?
With a plus 10.
Oof.
Yeah, they were already in stealth, so I guess it's something reasonable.
Well, and it's also because there's the other thing as well.
Ooh.
Yay, just succeeding. Oh, fuck.
Oh dear.
You hear like a... and then like a... and then you hear like foot as you like turn around to go away, you hear footsteps kind of like clanking and clumping. The killer can
Yeah, that's so.
has not seen you, and it's been trying to stay away from the bomb squig because it's a fucking bomb squig. The bomb squig does, however, chase you. I assume you'd like to keep running.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me athletics. And I'm assuming you're not, like, trying to be stealthy at the same time. It's literally just,
No.
bugger this.
See that one.
Oh.
It's zombie chase rules, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
This is fine.
Yeah? Yeah. So, Callen, what allows you to get far enough away is the fact that you basically run a bit faster than Franklyn.
Yeah, you don't need to outrun the squig. You just got to outrun him.
Yep, exactly.
Can I say how much I love this regiment?
I mean, I was tempted to ask if I could like push him over in an attempt to sabotage him, but
You do start to get that kind of like.
I don't need to outrun that thing. I just need to outrun you.
So, you will hear an explosion, Callen. I am assuming you're not stopping to turn back or see what it is.
Nope. Bye-bye.
Because honestly, after the explosion, there's going to be a killer can investigating the explosion. It's probably time to run. I will roll a to hit
Oh.
with the weapon skill. Wow, really? Okay. I guess I'm rolling well again, Rick. I'm assuming you'd like to dodge?
yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm not rolling well.
It's not terrible. It's under 50. It's just, yeah.
Is this the point where I point out that flak armor technically counts as 5 AP against explosives?
Sure.
Cool.
Do you have flak armor?
I think so.
Yeah,
we do,
guys,
actually.
You guys do have flak armor. Okay.
Yay!
So, you were running, and you see Callen just kind of eke out ahead of you, and you're like, wait, what? Why aren't we running? Okay. And then you feel like a clamp on your foot, and you fall, and you turn round to see an angry squig with your boot in its teeth, and it's hissing. But its mouth isn't hissing, its back is hissing. And then it explodes. And I'm going to do this. That could have been worse.
That could have been a lot worse, yeah.
So 14 explosive damage with penetration of 1.
Okay, so that does 7 damage.
Okay.
I'm on 3 wounds.
He's still alive. Run.
So the explosion happens, which means that the killer can turns and fires at the explosion. It fires at the first thing it sees at the explosion, which, considering there's smoke and explosion happening where Franklyn is, it's gonna fire at Callen. That just I'm sorry, that just makes sense in my head. I'm like, yeah, no.
Well, yeah, one of them's laying on the floor. One
Like
of them's running,
laying on the
which
floor,
is the one
like
that you're gonna shoot at.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
I'm not sure at this point who's got it worse. Like, I'm still alive, my leg's probably tattered, but
Yeah, it's not great.
I don't have a killer cannon shooting at me.
You probably only have 1 boot now as well. That's something to consider.
I mean, I've got 2 spare boots now. Actually 3, depending on the state of the,
What's the Oh, that's the bomb squig. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fires. The thing about the thing about the killer can is it can only fire at full auto. So every degree of success is a hit, but it doesn't mean it's a hit. So yeah, you get like you're like running like screaming, and you got like the bullet points like hitting behind you as you go. Roll me an athletics. Even like a small failure, I'll count as you getting away, because you did just take a shot from a fucking ridiculous gun.
You scum.
Nope.
I mean, it's not a crit failure, so you
No.
just take another round of fire, basically.
But it is.
This is where Sheepy, like, crit succeeds.
I doubt it.
I wish for it to be so.
Oh, is that right? Which of us is the first to die? Ow.
That's a 10. That's... Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm
Rick.
just trying to dodge.
This is your fault.
I know, I'm fine with it.
You-
He
you-
keeps running away from everything. It's his turn.
You cursed that roll to be good. You get hit
You're
four.
welcome.
You get hit
You're
4
welcome.
times.
Me or him?
You.
You can only dodge one. So
I'll
3
try
of them
that
are
one.
going to hit.
Would you like to dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try. No.
Okay. Oh, I'm just looking at this. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
for
you-
those of you at home, he rolled a 19, a 16, a 24, and a 10.
All with pen too.
I have 7 armor, but I only have 10 wounds. So the first one.
The first, like, yeah. So you, Franklyn, from your position of dust, soot, parts of exploded squig that probably got in your ear and you can't quite get it out. You see Callen being like, ha 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 ha, getting away, and then like starting to take hits as they're like, as it's like, oh no no no, like you know the shots are like running up behind him,
Yeah.
and he's like no no no, and he like jinks to one side, jinks to another, and then like he takes a hit in the shoulder that spins him round to face you, and then he takes like another hit in the chest, and then a hit in the stomach, and then he like falls to his knees, and he does the platoon like, "Ah," and then he just explodes in like this just hail of blood, and like it's a mist. He is the red mist.
War as hell.
Character sheet number 2.
Honestly, I think let's end things here today.
Yeah. Oh.
He got his kill in. He's happy.
Yeah.
I will say we'll probably start off with Franklyn still being in danger because he's in an open field type area with the killer can wandering around. Now it's got blood in its mouth. It's like, oh, more. So
Is this one of the open killer cans where the orc is like exposed, or is he like completely enclosed?
enclosed.
Damn it.
And it's a Gretchen. 'Cause
Oh,
Gretchens do killer cans.
Well, that
Well-
ruins my plan of just tackling him with a knife and going like, ah!
Well, you can certainly try.
Yeah. There are like slits and stuff you can like shove your knife through.
Like mildly knocking. Like,
It's a little
can
bit
I
like
touch
an...
my Lord and Savior knife?
Go away!
Literally, all you have to do is rush the can and hope that it rolls a crit fail.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
either
that
that or
easy.
it's me.
All you need is a crit fail and these fucking things explode, and they crit fail all the time, apparently. Although, not always.
Nope.
Sometimes they get 4 degrees of success, which on full auto is 1 hit for every degree of success, so...
Is ouch time.
Actually, isn't it actually a hit and then an additional hit for every additional degree?
Yeah. So it might have
So
actually been 5 damage.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I can't remember exactly.
I mean, we don't, like,
It was a lot of damage.
he was dead on the first hit. Like, I think the only one that wouldn't have killed him was the last hit, which was a 10.
Yep.
It's enough to say, like, yeah, absolute death on that one. So, let me just...
Are you feeling happy,
pause that
sheepy?
music. I am. Honestly, this was the tame part. This was a part where I was like, I may not kill anyone in the first episode, depending on how they play this.
May not, yeah.
Yeah, but bunch of criminals. Yeah, you're not gonna kill him with it yet, right?
I mean, there were a few death flags that you guys just sauntered past.
I
so-
was intentionally going out of my way to put myself in the dumbest situations and do all the wrong things in hopes of getting myself killed. You couldn't even do that.
in the first episode, the majority of the like you guys are screwed moments are if you crit fail when you do something. Unless you're
I tried to trade with an orc.
Yeah. And well, this is the thing is you totally probably would have died if it wasn't for the fact that I rolled a crit failure on the gun,
Boom, boom.
which meant the gun exploded.
Yeah.
So
I tried, man. I tried.
I know, and I really do appreciate
I'm sorry.
it.
I
I mean,
I can't do anything about the dice.
I specifically had asked you to come back and do this because A, you know, this regiment is basically Space Australia, and also and also B, because you were mocking my lack of player killing abilities, and I'm like, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm putting you in oh God, what the hell is the name of this regiment? Sorry, it's
Pegasus.
Pegasi.
Pegasi. Yeah, I'm putting you in the Pegasi Guard. Peachy's regiment. You're sure to die. So yes, I will say very quickly before we go to our players, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Next episode, they're going to war. Let's just say they all almost died repeatedly before going to war. Next
You
episode,
put us against a killer can and a bomb squig.
I had
with
you roll
one.
randomly. You could have had Gretchen. You could have had Snotling. Not my fault.
To be fair, we were lucky to have made it off the ship alive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So going into war next episode is going to be interesting. And yeah, lots
No
of
guns,
fun,
just 10 knives between the three of us.
lots of fun episodes to come. And I was going to say something. Oh yes, if you like the music, Peach Pixelate on Twitch. He makes music. He makes music for a lot of RP shows. Really great. Go check him out. If you like the music a lot, you can actually get it on his Patreon. So go check out his Patreon as well if you're interested in grabbing the music. Also, the art, which is here in places of a dice roller. Apologies for that. I couldn't figure out the window capture. I had it on capturing the browser, like the Firefox browser, and it's worked every single other time. This time it was like, no, I'd prefer to capture Zoom, thank you very much. And I just couldn't get it off that, so I'm going to have to look into that properly. Yeah, that is done by Boyfruit, who did all of the art for the regiments, and I'm thinking there might be the introduction of a new regiment in the future, so I may ask him to do that regiment as well. And I'm looking forward to that regiment because it's a pretty cool one. So, MightyRick, Derp Digital, Bacura Zarafa, Ghast, thank you all for coming and playing. I can't wait to have you back again next week where I will try to kill all three of you in an episode. At least once.
I mean, that's why we have
Let 'em
backup
try.
characters, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
just give me more buttons to push.
If you haven't seen my my Rogue Trader Lost GMing, every button that appears in that game is terrible. And they keep pushing the buttons, and terrible things keep happening when they push the buttons. I don't know why they keep pushing them.
Because like, terrible things happening to you, yes.
So, is there anything anyone would like to pimp out, talk about, get these wonderful, lovely, horrific viewers over in to check out? I think me and Rick, we could pimp out Rogue Trader Lost on Enter Elysium's
Definitely
channel.
come watch Rogue Trader Lost. I have a Tech Priest cosplay going.
You also
And a
have
voice and everything.
you have a killer Shadow Fox pet who just turned up.
I do. I have a warp ferret that I still need to find a name for.
You need to find a name for that one, yeah. And we just had a space whale, a telepathic space whale turn up. His name is Moby. He is childlike and happy.
Yeah, we also had things show up like an Elder Craft world. A bunch of orcs on an orc rock that smashed into a Nurgle demon world.
Yeah.
And High Fleet Kraken, an actual Void Kraken.
Splinter of High Fleet Kraken, a Void Kraken, a Dark Elder Cabal fleet, and a Necron in a coffin. And that
Also
was,
some
yeah, that was in 2 episodes?
Yeah, no, I think we're on 3 now.
3 episodes, yeah. It's a lot happened.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, I assume you want to promote your Twitter and have everyone go and follow you there on Twitter? Do it. He's done that muted thing again. He can't respond. Do it.
Exactly. Now's the time. Go to his Twitter.
Now's the time.
Do the thing.
And Bacura Zarafa, I believe you're in a show I watch almost religiously.
Oh, I am so grateful. I've ever since Bottom View with the hidden scars. You are such an awesome GM. Thank you so much for inviting me along. There was was invited last minute, and Sheepy was preparing was starting to type a speech saying would first with would like to join, and as he's telling his speech, say, I'm in.
Yeah, I was like, hey, would you like to come in and be on my show? And then as I was typing this long, like, you know, like, oh, a couple of, sorry, it's short notice, or this kind of thing, is just like, yep. I was like, oh, delete. Okay, well, there we go.
Yes, it is a lot of fun. And the show that I'm in, you can find me at Broad on the Thames, which is a Vampire the Masquerade chronicle. We've just finished our 3rd season, where which was good fun. We're prepping for our fourth season, which is honestly, it's ridiculous. Just the support we've been getting. We got a Patreon a couple of weeks ago, and you can find me there. And for those of you who don't know Vampire, it is a horror-based game. So of course, please be aware of that. Honestly, it's and thank you so much. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, and it is a great game. I can say myself that I'm starting season 3 of Blood on the Thames, so gonna have to get ready for season 4 once I've finished that one. And I suggest you guys go and watch it. If you like Vampire the Masquerade, it's a really good Vampire the Masquerade show.
Thank you.
So, everyone watching the video, everyone listening in the audio file thing that I do on my Patreon, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode where hopefully I kill everyone. Yay!